Hi there, my name's Nick, and I am a professional tarot reader. On this particular channel, I read tarot, and I use the Book of Thoth Tarot for the most part. If you want to have your inquiries read within this particular show, then please feel free to send me an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help. As I'm sure you've guessed today, we've got an extra special guest star today, and this little cat with a little smudge nose has been rather demanding today. It always seems to be whenever I'm truly busy and I've got millions of things to get done. And this little creature appears as if from nowhere, as if by magic, to say, play with me, talk to me, feed me, cuddle me, let me scratch you, play with me outside, play with me inside. He's always being rather demanding. And right now, I'm having to satisfy his desire for cuddles as well as to work, which I'm going to find really rather difficult. But never mind. So if I do seem rather distracted once in a while during this particular show, you will know that I've got pussy problems, basically, for want of a better phrase. Little, ow, there you go. Gave me a little bite. Then he did. Not going to let him get away with that now, am I? No, of course not. Right, now on with the first inquiry of today. Okay, Saber Hussein has thought about one particular individual called Johnny, and wants to make sure that Johnny's actually thought about marrying her, rather than, keeping his options open. Let's have a quick look and see what the reading says. Again, so these are my traditional method, combination of tarot and anything else that comes through. Well, let's have a quick look and see what the cards say. Standard 8-card relationship reading, here we go. This is rather interesting, and I'm going to show you the cards so you get a good feeling as to what the reading is trying to communicate to me, okay? So here goes. Now this is my standard 8-card relationship reading. 2 represents you, 2 represents him. 1 represents the nature of the relationship between the two of you, and there is progression to short-term, mid-term and long-term future. The first thing is, you've got the Ace of Cups for the force between the two of you. The Ace of Cups is absolutely divine in every possible way. I think that that's a very good portent, so to speak, for the way things could work out. Yes, it is reversed, but in that case it's not bitter. Okay, it can speak of love being outpoured upon you as time passes by, and the relationship between yourself and him slowly improves. So essentially there's some good things associated with that. It is a very singular form of love, so I don't think he is keeping his options open. On his side of the reading towards you, very strong signs of there being something of a romantic nature, which means that he's got a desire to connect with you to try and make the relationship stronger. And there are some desires for communication signs there, but he's typically not very articulate, so he does tend to struggle when it comes to communication. You would rather that everything would already be okay and he wouldn't actually have to do all that much in the way of work, and maybe just give you some social chit-chat once in a while. But even right now, at the moment, there's still a feeling that's not quite on track or on beam. It's like you're noticing it, but you're also noticing it's not totally appropriate behaviour, as if he doesn't quite have the ability to use language properly. Now on your side of things, you are overflowing with emotion for him already. We have 2 strong cup signs here. Firstly, there's your significator being the Princess of Cups, and then we've got the wonderful 9 of Cups speaking about happiness and joy. This is one of those messages which suggests that you're probably feeling his energy when he's not present, but never mind. The energy here is suggesting that you've got very strong feelings for him. You also don't want to be hurt. You don't want to feel rejection. I don't really see a sense of rejection. This is not a rejection type spread, okay? Romance on his side of things, romance on your side of things, romance for the force between the two of you. In the here and now, it's not looking too bad, okay? So don't worry, chill out, remember to breathe. If he's not doing too much communication, then you have to do some of it. But remember, just because he's being an inappropriate individual doesn't mean to say that you have to, okay? So get the balance just right, some time together. Remember, there's a reason that there are historic sites in your country and in mine, and that is because people in their relationships go and have a shared experience doing something which they may be interested in, but to the most part are mutually bored by. But on the other hand, it's an experience which can help to bind you two together. Okay, that's one of the reasons why they're there. We have historic sites to help people with their relationships, or at least that's one interpretation. The progression into the future, short term, mid term, long term. Very similar message. Got a good sense of warmth, good sense of there being success and achievement coming through very, very strongly with the Six of Coins there. More of a down-to-earth attitude, so his basically inappropriate way of communicating with you is basically going to be turned around into a more positive direction. We got warmth, solidity, stability, the sharing of food and wine together, or something of that energy, if you get my drift. I mean, if you don't drink, then presumably it's a nice cup of tea, at the end of the day or whatever. I don't know. But it's a feeling of warmth and sharing and eating and drinking together. That's the message I'm getting there. A time of a kind of mutual getting on, everything's fine kind of feeling with nothing to worry about. That's your midterm future, a few months down the line from now, definitely after Christmas and after New Year. So if you're feeling any anxiety about the relationship in the here and now, it'll be gone by then. Longer term future, what more can I say? If you read that there, Queen of Cups, okay, that's like a more mature version of where you are in the here and now, being the Princess of Cups, okay, Princess, Queen, Queen's mature, Princess is slightly less mature, right, okay, so that's essentially your wisdom, that's your knowledge, as you see that this is the right place at the right time. In order to answer your question, I'd have to turn around to you and say I don't think you've really got to worry too much. I really don't. Sure, he would rather see himself as being a young man, because that's easier. But on the other hand, I don't think that he is too much seeing himself in that particular mold. And you got some very loving signs between the two of you anyway, so just try and build up what you've got. Time together, shared experiences, all that kind of basic stuff will make everything nice. I really think that. Okay, that's given you a bit of a general overview. Hope that's been helpful. On with the next inquiry of today. Okay, Super Abba is making an inquiry about her finances and career over the rest of the year. So we're in November, so a very short term future time frame, November, December, I suppose possibly moving into January as well. But you can try and get some kind of feeling as to what's going on there. Yes, I'll be delighted to help. Let's have a quick look. Alright, I normally have a look at like a more, a larger, evolving, developing story, because then that's can help you better, provide you with much more in the way of clarity and elaboration upon the wonderful things which can be occurring in your life. But if this is what you want me to have a look at today, then this is what I would have a look at today. Let's have a look. Alright, I like this, I like this, I like this already. Here we go. Boom. 3 months, 3 different varieties of energy as we're moving into the progression into the future. Is there an essence of there being negativity or destruction here? Is there? Come on, even if you're not a tarot reader, you can build up an instinct from the signs, the symbols, the colours, the feelings, the energy there. No, it's quite nice. Short-term future. This is where there's a bit of a moral message there. The Fool does speak about having your head in the clouds a bit. Maybe you've got to bring yourself back down to earth just a touch more and focus on things which really need to be focused in on to make sure you can maintain the stability as far as like money, economic stability and the rest of that is concerned. Then we've got a sense of there being something of a miraculous nature occurring, okay? Always the Prince of Wands is talking about something divine entering into your life, something which is going to try and rectify a problem and bring about stability and security for a longer period of time, as a result, again, of your own free will. So if you're very diligent and you take the short-term future message into account seriously, then your likelihood of having, not November, but December and January being really rather good, is in fact dramatically increased. Now, if you were to stumble in the early stages of a race, that could set you back for all the rest of the race, couldn't it? So try and think about that when you think about progression through the rest of the days, weeks, and months and years, okay? Try and do the best you can on every single day. That's the way it's got to be, basically speaking. The energy there is actually looking quite nice, with a feeling of satisfaction and a feeling of something of a serene, tranquil, and heavenly nature moving further on into the future. So your January and February is going to be quite good as well. Okay, we now have Jacinda Stewart, who's made an inquiry about her twin flame. Now, I know there's lots of videos out there about people who say, we got to find our twin flames or our soulmates within this one particular lifetime. I don't feel there's enough evidence to be able to completely support that. However, what I am prepared to do is to do a very strong reading upon where you're going to go with your relationship life and basically when you're going to end up in a good, solid, strong connection with somebody who's got the right quality of energy for yourself. So let's just have a quick look and see basically what the reading says. Bear with me a second, please. Here it goes. Okay. Now, I always give the cards a very thorough shuffling, okay, in every possible case, so, whatever comes out, that's what you get. This is basically a genuine, straight tarot reading in every possible way. I tell you the story that the cards seem to suggest, taking into account the questions you've asked me, and anything else that pops in up here, and so on and so forth. Short-term future signs are looking the best in the whole wide world. Now, considering that we're talking about your whole life path, this short-term future is not just the next 2 or 3 months at the outside, but it is talking about a story developing. What is the Two of Cups? The Two of Cups is two particular souls connected in a very strong and a very special way. And maybe there's a reason that you're inquiring about soulmates at the moment and we've got these signs coming through. I don't know. We can't say. What we can say is that this particular card historically and traditionally refers to two people basically being in love, being very heavily connected and enjoying their relationship connection. What else we got moving further into the future? Here we go. Signs not only of communication but of victory and a sense of righteousness. Alright, righteousness, you're in the right connection, you're in the right place for you. This is you with your intelligence, your wisdom, your experiences gathered together to be able to meet someone and be with someone who resonates very well and very strongly with you. Then we've got some signs relating to harmony and balance and equilibrium, okay, with the adjustment card, sometimes called the justice. Now, the justice can mean a few different things. It can also mean a question of respect and mutual respect. Maybe there's individuals around you who seem to have their own stable relationships sorted out, but basically just aren't quite there intellectually or emotionally speaking. But when this connection with yourself occurs, and keep your ear to the ground because it's going to happen, some wonderful energy is going to come as a direct result of it. The feelings I'm getting is like really rather explosive and really rather positive. The Prince of Swords there, that's a repairing message. Now, if you've been single for a long period of time, maybe you need to have a feeling of repair in order to basically get to where you want to go. The energy I've got here is in fact very positive in terms of there being a good quality relationship just for yourself. Now, as I said, I've shuffled the cards incredibly thoroughly. Then why is it that I have again drawn the Ace of Cups there for you? Why is that? Alright, because basically it was there, it was coming through. Watch how I shuffle. Alright, all of the cards go together. They're all, you know, completely mixed up properly. That's the way it is. Alright, that's the way I do a good shuffle. And I'll do it again just so that you can see how it's working for you there. Alright, that is what a good shuffle looks like. You do this a certain number of times, you cut the deck a certain number of times in random places, you don't get the same cards coming out. It just does not happen. But it happened with yourself for some reason. Okay, Tricia, I will never read upon medical matters, so I can't help you with your health issues. But we can have a quick look and just see what kind of progression we're going to get with your romantic side of things. Bear with me a second, please. Alright, let's have a quick look for you. Again, balance and equilibrium. Why is that coming out yet again? Okay, right quality of communication. Strong signs relating to happiness. And also, those are loving signs. They've come out in the middle of your reading. They haven't come out immediately. They've come out in the middle. You've got a very short delay before it happens. But there's a very strong, very nurturing relationship coming your way. The Empress speaks about the feminine principle and being nurturing and caring. It does not always speak about the woman being in charge. It does speak about nurturing and caring and precision, okay? This individual you'll be bonding with will be able to demonstrate that same care and compassion to yourself. Maybe they've got this desire to heal themselves as well. Okay, Girl Awaiter, thank you very much indeed for letting me know how things have got on since the last request, and I'm so glad that I've been accurate and I've been able to help you there. It is always wonderful, you know, I mean, I don't know what is, you know, what's coming through to me when I'm laying down the cards, but essentially, you know, you guys come back to me and you tell me what's really been going on, and that makes my heart really warm and really happy. Okay, Nutty Borrow 9, I understand you've been turned down by other, you know, people here on YouTube, and I'm terribly sorry about that. Yes, I'd be delighted to help you, but do be aware that this is out of kindness rather than anything else, because on this YouTube channel, you gotta give me a question, okay? That's the way it works. If you're not going to give me a question, then I'm not going to help you. In this particular case, I'm going to, because you've been turned down by someone, but basically, you viewers out there, don't make a habit of this, okay? I don't like it. Let's have a quick look and see what we can do for you. It's just me being very good to you, okay, right now. Celtic cross spread, here we go. Do you understand the Celtic cross spread? Do you know what it's about? Do you know what the positions mean? Well, I guess I'm going to have to tell you that as well. Alright, here goes. Alright, consciously aware of power, passion and strife may be to a certain degree. Subconsciously aware of great quantity of responsibility come your way. You're at a bit of a crossroads in your life, you don't quite know which direction to turn. There's a few individuals around you, some appear to be positive, some appear to be negative. You don't know whether to be skeptical or whether to be open and positive. The energy around you in the here and now suggests you've had some kind of loss not too far in the past, which appears to be still having some kind of impact upon you. Also a feeling of frustration of lost opportunities, but I think that Although that may be a force in your life at present, I don't think it's necessarily going to put you off beam too much. Reflection upon the past is talking about much greater stability when you actually had a bit of confidence about the way that your life could be going. But right now, you're basically a bit more in the mire. I would say that this dark patch can't be lasting. The energy we've got as far as your future is concerned, look at the colours, everybody, okay, look at the colours there. Short-term future, healing, repair work, forgiveness. Moving on to mid-term future, power, passion, drive, determination, basically undoing the negativity we saw over here with a bit more of a feeling of freedom and happiness, basically, okay? Further on from that point, okay, some slightly unexpected struggles holding you back a little, but on the other hand, that's an opportunity to learn. I'm seeing that as a detour to gain a bit of extra wisdom, followed by further development of peace and tranquility all over again. Generally speaking, you're going to move out of the darkness into the light. It's a very good message for this time of year. Watch out for good changes in February to March, and I think that you're going to move in the right direction, especially romantically, okay, moving further forward. Daniel Ramiko, I'll be happy to help you. You're inquiring basically about school, finances, relationships, and travel. Let's have a quick look and see how your future's going to pan out. We'll go for chronological reading this time and see basically what kind of like message, thoughts, feelings, and all the rest of that kind of groovy stuff is going to come through for you. Let's have a quick look. Okay, nice energy there, especially when it comes to the travel side of things. You're going to be able to get some of that done without a shadow of a doubt. Financially, you're maybe struggling at the moment, but I feel that this is a short-term future thing. You're going to be able to be getting a bit more in the way of stability and regularity associated with the work that you'll be doing, which I think is going to start to make you happy. So don't worry too much about that. Think more a question of, I've had a bit of a stormy patch, now I'm having a bit of a calmer, happier patch. You know, things are going to start to like move up and get a bit more in the way of progression there. Academically speaking, the Hermit I often regard as being like one of the quintessential academic signs, right? Because it's a character who's expressed in the here and now. He's got a few problems to deal with, tries to use his intelligence and wisdom and reason to be able to get rid of those things, has a particular goal to go for. There's a sense of there being some kind of major social benefit associated with that, almost as if you yourself want to achieve something good. Okay, and you've got the capacity to do so somehow. So it's the light of your reason and your wisdom, you know, motivating yourself to carry on doing the studying that you require to get to your particular magical goal. You may still find it hard, but you've still got to carry on trying because there's light at the end of the tunnel. There are going to be holiday opportunities without the shadow of a doubt. I feel that. I think that the air signs we've got associated with that is also going into that particular issue. That's what I've just picked up right now. But also it's a question of trying to get the right balance between people and labor. There are individuals around you who've got, you know, quite a high regard for you. Now you need to try and turn those social connections into relationship connections. This is going to happen for you. Again, it's a midterm future issue. But yeah, there is a feeling that this could actually happen for you. Again, I'm seeing good signs in a new year. But in your particular case, there's something better happening before then, which means introductions or connections with people before then, which will then lead up to something great in the new year. It's more complex than just you know one person going, hey, you know, that's it. It's not just like a perfect two pieces of a jigsaw puzzle just sort of being put together and then you don't have to do any more hard work. It's still going to carry on being work and effort, work and effort, work and effort, and so on and so forth. Miss Charlie Triple X, you want me to look into your job situation as well as your relationship. Well, let's have a quick look. Now, so as far as a relationship question is concerned, I'm going to take a bit of a leap of faith here, and that is to suggest there's one particular person who's on your mind. Okay, I'll focus in on that one particular person. I'll do a short spread to see whether there's something else coming through for you as well, okay? And this will be an adaptation of, I mean, this is not the standard 8-card relationship reading. This is the 8-card relationship reading adapted to 2 different situations simultaneously. Namely, what else could be happening in your romantic life as well as the here and now associated with this one particular individual that you're thinking of. Okay, this one particular individual that you're thinking of is still thinking of you, but is not really thinking about what they should be doing. They're kind of like, almost like their brain is like flying around there with the turtle doves. They're not really focusing on you. Alright, they're thinking about you, they're thinking nice emotions, but they don't know what to do next. Alright, they're a bit like a dog who chases cars. When they finally catch one, they wouldn't know what to do wouldn't know what to do with it. In that particular respect, this particular person is difficult to deal with. Alright, but there's some interesting energy around them. You can tell why I've said that because of the nature of the force between the two of you. Alright, it says it all there, doesn't it? Alright, on their side of things, there's reasons why he's like not necessarily open or not necessarily positive. He's had a feeling of futility, something else has knocked him back. He's lost his ability to think clearly about life and about people and about society and blah 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 blah, which is what is making him like, negative. And that's why he's a little combatant at the moment and like fighting and struggling with life and stuff, really, okay. On your side of things, remember this is all the here and now, okay. Your side of things, very grounded, very gentle, very water element orientated. Again, we've got the Princess of Cups coming through with the Knight of Cups, suggesting this could be someone who's actually already quite close to you, but they don't quite recognize what is the right thing to do. Alright, same element, same type of people. Why won't he just listen to reason, basically? You know what I mean? That kind of feeling. Right. As far as progression into the future, all of that's very watery, but your future's very fiery, which suggests a change of pace coming into the next couple of months. Change of pace in terms of what is said, how it's said, the way in which you two will be getting on, and so on and so forth. Okay, something divine, something miraculous, followed by finally agreeing with a sense of there being some moral virtue associated with what you'll be doing and how you'll be doing things. Followed by stability and strength associated with the connection. This does appear to be a very strong monogamous connection which is developing nicely. So that is like very, 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 very good. Okay. Okay. Now, career-wise, how are you doing there? Let's have a quick peek for you. Alright, already we've got a totally different energy. The first two signs we've got here, the most important ones, we have the Star card. Okay, it came out reversed, but that's only because you've got a few more struggles to go through before you get there. But the Star card is like when you wish upon a star kind of messages. It's speaking about that hope, that, finally doing the next right thing, followed by stability, strength, determination, something down to earth. Money, basically. Money, money, money. And being able to basically make it work. That's what's coming down the line for you, but those are the most important signs for the longer term future. But this is like two different warring factions, really. That's all your stability, that's all everything you're working towards, and which I believe you'll get. You probably can't see it in the here and now. You seriously probably can't see it in the here and now, because we've got that. Frustration. Serious frustration, interference, who's getting in your way, who's saying the next wrong thing, who's like being a backstabbing pain in the arse, okay? That's what we got there, and also the sense of almost futility coming through in the Devil card. In this particular case, I mean, yes, the Devil card can be positive as well, because it can speak about you and your own passion and drive and determination to try and get out of a bad situation. But it's also this feeling of like almost powerlessness. Part of the victory for yourself is to not allow the dark feeling of powerlessness to make you totally powerless, and try and find a way out of this trap, which you will do via 981. I think this will be probably the last reading I'll do for today, but again, you've submitted no question. Can we please, 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 please have questions, please, okay? Because that's what I do, what I do for a living is I answer questions. Every single day I answer questions for a living, please, 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 ask me some questions, okay? But okay, I will do your reading for you and see basically what's coming through. Everybody else out there, if you want to get your request included in the tarot show, send me a email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. Not in the comment section, okay? But through to the email address. Why to the email address? Because this goes out on lots of different sites, okay? And essentially, to try and make things work out according to plan. I've got to make sure that everybody can send me a message. So it's the email address, nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. Boom. And we'll, take it from there. I'll give you a chronological one over the next 6 months. And with you, it's love that's the best thing and the hardest thing. You've got to say goodbye to one person, and you've got to welcome someone new into your life. Out with the old, in with the new. Something of a warm nature associated with this person, something that feels very positive in that particular respect. Okay, the energy here. Strength of character. Stability and affection. The one who's right for you will be able to handle an awful lot. Okay, and will be able to give you what's required. You know that you've got some flaws and some faults, and you want him to be able to recognize that, in order to be able to make sure that he can integrate and interact with that nicely, but also to the right effect. You will notice that in him, I'm sure of it. Further romantic signs and good advice being given. It's not going to be a one-way communication relationship. There's going to be more to it than that, okay? So, that's basically the way it's standing. In the long-term future signs, togetherness, stability, and compassion. Romance is the biggest thing for your future. Carry on working on your finances and your career by all means, but essentially your romantic life will have a turn or change of pace. I think it's important for you to be aware of, to remember that, and to be optimistic, because I'm seeing some good stuff in the future for you. Okay? Alright, that will be all for the moment on the Tarot Show here with the Great and Glorious Nick Dutch. But don't worry, there will be another Tarot Show coming soon. I've got a couple more tarot readings to get done, but that's part of the backlog. Having a backlog's good, because it means I've always got some more to do. It keeps me coming back. If I don't quite have enough to do, then I don't, come back on the same week. I'll do it on the next week, if you get my drift. Some backlog is good. Remember, if you want to get your readings through, don't leave it in the comment section. That is naughty, okay? Send me through an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. That's what I want you to do, okay? In the meantime, look after yourself. I hope you had a wonderful Halloween. Look forward to Thanksgiving to everyone out there in America, and also for the rest of us in the United Kingdom. We're all waiting for November the 5th to come and go, and we're also waiting for the wonders of Christmas to come. And I will definitely look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. Good fortune, God bless, chill out, have fun, don't let the bed bugs bite, or whatever the phrase is. And I'll speak to you again on the Tarot Show in not too far down the line into the future. Remember, for legal reasons, a tarot reading is sold as an entertainment service for very good common sense reasons, okay? Remember that. And I'm going to see you again very soon on the Tarot Show.